So I've been trying to figure out where I can go with this whole like rehab series, because I don't know, I feel like people can relate to addiction, I guess, or I don't know, or maybe it's just therapy for me to get it out. But sometimes I feel like I am like an emotional like mutilator, because I do things knowing that they're going to like hurt me, but I'm still going to do them. And no, not as serious as like dope, but my best friend that, we were best friends from 16 to 30 something. We ended up doing dope together. I know I've talked about this before, and I had to like cut her out of my life a few years ago. Well, I cut her out of my life for a while, and she came back. Well, kept going back and forth. It's kind of hard because like my wife, understandably, is terrified of us being friends ever, because she thinks I'm just gonna automatically do dope. But at the same time, she hasn't ever really gotten clean. Like, she's gotten sort of clean for a small period of time. Like, she's been in rehab like literally like 10 times, and I'm not knocking her. Like, I got clean because of my wife. Of course, yeah, I had something to do with it, but like, it was easier for me to not do it when I had someone that I knew I would lose if I did, kind of thing, I guess. But anyway, so understandably, I missed the living fuck out of her. Like, I'm mad at her if she's still using, but I don't even know, because I don't know anything about, I can't find her. She doesn't have social media, she doesn't have Facebook. I don't know if she has cell phone. My phone number now changed, so she can't fucking find me. I don't know where I'm gonna be living in like a few months, so it's hard to find her. And then the only option I have is to pretty much, well, what I do right now, honestly, I have one option. I can call her mom. Her mom fucking hates me though. Now mind you, her mom, I'm not gonna blame her mom for getting us on drugs, but her mom was like my pill dealer for a while. For a long time, actually, because her mom was a fucking junkie. But runs the family, runs in the life, right, whatever. But her mom hates me because she blames me for Melissa doing dope, and I'm like, it was weird. Like, I was living in Pennsylvania, Melissa was living in New Jersey, and we just both happened to start around the same time. Both fucking self-destructive as shit, apparently. Actually, we are, that's why we were friends. But that's just one person. Like, she gets my personality and doesn't ever like judge what I say. Like, we have the same sense of humor. We can sit in a room with nothing and make each other laugh. And besides that, she was my best friend for so long. Like, I'm worried about her. So what I do now is I actually go to the local hometown paper, like, and I go around the surrounding cities and I look at the police reports. Cause I'm just like, well, maybe she might be police reports, because if she's moved back up to where we used to live, because she was living down here for a little bit, but I don't think she is anymore. I think I would have seen her by now. But yeah, so she may live, I mean, God knows where she's at. But if she's went back to that area, if something doesn't, like she got arrested, I would at least know she's alive. And that's something that comes with fucking drugs, because you can't always, like, just because you get out, your friends don't always get out. And I'm kind of lucky because I don't know that she's dead. I don't know if she's alive or dead. I don't know anything. It's like almost like, when does somebody call a missing person? Like, if I call her mom, and because I don't know if her mom's even still alive. I mean, shit fucking happens. I mean, her mom was not totally young and wasn't in the best of health, but like, that's all she has family wise. So it's like, what the fuck? I mean, she has kids, but they're not with her ever. They don't talk, and sucks. Like, I mean, again, like, one of my really good friends, not her, but one of my really good friends, she actually just lost, in the past like few weeks, she's lost like 5 people to dope, and she's dealt with it like her whole life. And it's so like, it's crazy, because it's like, not even crazy, it's almost like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's of course, the person gets fucked to see, and that's understandable. But like, I can't sit here and be totally upset about not knowing who my best friend is when people are literally dead, like known dead. I have no idea if she is or not. But at the same time, not knowing, like, I can make up 5,000 scenarios in my head. Sucks. And that's like one of the things that comes with it. Like, you're not always, well, one of the things, you're not always going to get your friends out. So you might end up losing people that you've known. Like, before her, I didn't have any friends for like years. She was the first person I was actually myself around, And you lose like people that thought you would never lose. Like, we talked about being fucking, like, she was someone I thought I'd be friends with her when like fucking 80. She's the only person I've ever met who's pretty much the same fucking sense of humor I do. But I can't do anything, I can't find her. And like, so you have that, of course. And like, I've been sober from like heroin seriously for 7 years. And I mean, like, yay. See, I hate when people like congratulate me because it's uncomfortable. It's like, hey, you were fucked up and now you're not. It's like, thanks. But anyway, when you first get off it, like the first like year, to me the first like 2 years, honestly, for for me at least. You daydream about it a lot. Like, I'm very, like, obviously horrible with coping with things. Like, and I don't know if it's because I'm bipolar or just because that's how I've always dealt with nonsense, but I'm like, I'm extremes. And that's probably part of being bipolar. And I'm also not medicated bipolar, so it's probably a lot more to do with it, but who fucking knows? But like, if I'm happy, I'm really happy. If I'm sad, I'm fucking suicidal. I want to kill myself. You know what I mean? There's no like middle ground. Like, I'm just like, I am a little sad today. Like, if something dramatic happens, kind of thing, it's always like 0 to 60. Like, it's always like, I fucking want to die and I hate life. You know what I mean? And that's the times, like, I'll still fucking sit and daydream about it. But back in the day, it was fucking, I'd wake up to it, I have dreams of it all the time. Like, it was something that's always in your head. And like, that's the thing, like, anybody who thinks for 3 seconds that they can fucking shoot, especially shoot fucking dope, and it's not going to affect the rest of their life, good luck. Good fucking luck. And the only people that well, no, because it always does. Because there's always different kind of levels of people who, like, you know, were past addicts or were, well, they're addicts, or always still addicts. There's ones that like got really into NA, and NA became their drug, you know, and they get really obsessed with that. Everything's NA, and everything's about NA. They only hang out with NA people, and shit, if they keep them sober, fucking cool, whatever. And then there's like different levels of people who don't, like, for me, like, I hate NA. I never liked NA because I don't really have that weird, like, I don't know how I feel about God. You know, I believe there's something there, but I can't, like, release something to a higher power and shit. I just feel like if you want to stay sober, you have to do it your fucking self, kind of thing. But it's something that, like, people think, like, you know, you're sober for like a year or so, and you're like, you're done. No, I don't think I'm ever going to be done. I mean, obviously, I couldn't see myself doing it, but I definitely can't say that I haven't had horrible times where, because, and again, like I said, like, I think it's more because I just go to extremes. Like, if I'm upset, like, I want to die, I'm upset, you know, because I have amazing coping skills. So I think it's more that's just why I always end up thinking about it. I'm just like, but I don't know anybody, thank God. I make a point to not know anyone does anything. Like, if I find out you do pills, like, bye. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't need anybody who does any fucking opiates at all. And, like, it's funny, like, I told one of my best friends that I stopped taking Subutex, because I really couldn't afford it. And I don't feel like I can take it anymore. It's been, like, so fucking long. It's like, why do I really have to take it? But, and her husband has struggled. And unfortunately, when he stopped, he actually, relapsed when he stopped all Suboxone. But everyone's a little different, I guess, right? And she sent me a snack. I said something about, like, because you do have a withdrawal with Subutex and with Suboxone or whatever. Luckily, I did, you know, teeter myself off, but, like, not what you're really supposed to. I wasn't going to get another script just to teeter off with. And she sent me a snap back, and it was, like, I love her death, but it was very, like, concerned mom face. Like, it was very just like, well, you know, what's his name? He relapsed when that happened, so you better be really careful. You shouldn't do it like that. You should be really, really careful. I'm just like, and like I tell, like I'm talking to my mom, I'm like super stressed out or something, which is often because I'm dramatic as fuck. I can hear like the fear in her voice, like, well, just be safe, be careful, take them to dad, keep your nose clean, be careful. I'm just like, so you do that as your life of everybody thinking like, she said something crazy, she's on drugs, and it's like, no, I'm just crazy. But it's just, it's not just like, oh, I did it for a few years, so I'm fine now. It's like, no, it affects everything. It affects your memory. It affects everything. The first time, like, I just read something on Twitter about someone finding, like, a needle after being sober for a few months. I found a needle in my shit, like, maybe 3 years after I stopped using it. I don't know, really hidden in, like, a fucking eyeglass case. And I couldn't breathe. Like, I was like, and then I fucking broke and threw it away. But it was like, it's like fucking trauma almost. Like, and it's trauma you cause on yourself, you know? And, like, of course, like, for me, like, I feel like most people, it was, like, opiates. I've always loved opiates. I always did. So it was, like, opiates, and then I was, you know, depressed, and I was like, fuck it. Got a case of a fuck it's. And now it's always going to be part of my life. Yay. And this cat's annoying as fuck.